Hey y'all, Pops Cooper, LivingCooper.com. Today I got a Coop Simple review for you. It's the FLEXiO, WAGNER FLEXiO 970. Haven't used it yet. We're going to use it, see what we like about it, what we don't like about it, and then we'll let you know. This is a power sprayer, and it comes with a little stand that hooks onto the side of your either gallon. It'll fit a gallon, 2.5 gallon, 5 gallon, all the way up to a 5 gallon, 1 to 5 gallon can. Stick it on there. It's got like a 22-foot hose that comes with it, and then the sprayer, and it does all kinds of paints from semi-transparent stains and sealers to water-based lacquers to solid stains, oil enamel, latex paints, primers, oil and latex primers. Oil or latex primers, and of course the cleanup depends on how much you use. We're going to be using it with some latex enamel, so we'll be using soap and water cleanup. Clean this thing up. Keep watching, we'll go back and let you know what we think about it. That's the WAGNER FLEXiO 970. There it is. Keep watching. Alright, let's get started opening up the WAGNER FLEXiO 970. Okay y'all, so here's what we got that comes in the box. We'll start with this. This is called the turbine unit, and in this unit this has an adjustment here, high and low. And it also, in each side, this little panel pops open here, and on this side there's some air filters in there, and that's the turbine unit. And then this is your spray nozzle unit right here, and this has an adjustment on it. This is 1 through 12 adjustment. This is your material flow. It's got the trigger there, and then it says to remove this piece of tape and tighten down this ring. And then on this ring there's also a pattern selector. Actually it's a pattern width selector. And in the front of the nozzle, you turn this front of the nozzle to get you a vertical or horizontal spray pattern. This will be a horizontal spray pattern, so you're going to be going up and down. And then this will be a vertical spray pattern. You're going to go side to side. Okay, I totally messed that up. See the little slot in the middle? If that's laid over horizontal, then you'll sweep side to side. That's a horizontal spray pattern. But if it's vertical, up and down, then you're going to sweep up and down, and that's a vertical spray pattern. Hope that clears things up. So this is the spray nozzle housing, I guess if you will, and then it comes with this hose. And then this is a pump unit that sits on the side of your material. So it'll do anywhere from a gallon to 5 gallons. Here's a 5 gallon bucket, and it will sit like this on your 5 gallon bucket. And at the base right here, this is a material pump. So it will pump the material, and then you have your suction hose that you will put into the bottom of the material can, and it clips into these little clips right here. So that's the pump, the turbine, the spray nozzle, and it comes with a couple extra air filters to go on the side there, and then it comes with an extra spray nozzle, and it comes with them some petroleum jelly, some Vaseline that you need to put on the O-rings. You're going to put on the O-rings in this thing. It has a quick start guide, which is a huge quick start guide, and on the back of this quick start guide it kind of gives you a little spray chart. So you, I guess, kind of see what it'll do or practice. And then it comes with a masking guide to mask off. I know some of the places saw where, oh, it has a massive amount of overspray. Well, it could be because they didn't have it set up right, and they may not have had it masked right. But they tell you exactly what you need to do there for painting walls, painting ceilings. And then it comes with another instruction book that will take you through everything. It looks pretty huge, but it's not that big really. The rest is all different languages. That's all you got right there. Not that complicated. Also in the back, it gives you a little troubleshooting guide right there. So that's what comes in the box right there. That's all the pieces that come with it. So let me show you how this goes together. And your spray nozzle fits in just like this. Drops in here. Here's a little O-ring where you'll need to put some petroleum jelly after you clean this thing up, so you get a good seal between your turbine unit. And it goes in one way, and then it snaps into place. I don't know if you see that right there. That's where it snaps into place, just like that. And then, I don't know if you can see the black piece moving into my hand there. That's your little retainer ring. You gotta make sure that thing is tight. keep from leaking any spray. Also, this has a little tab, or I don't know what you want to call that, knob on it, and I'll show you that. We're going to use that when we do the cleanup on this thing. Okay, so now our spray unit is together, and so you'll start the turbine. It says to squeeze the trigger to start the turbine. So basically when you squeeze it just a little bit there, start the turbine, and then you'll pull it all the way back to start spraying. So you want to just a little bit to start the turbine, and then all the way to start the spray. All right, let's go get this set up and start doing some spraying.
Okay, the picture here looks a little hazy, but that's because the GoPro knockoff we had, we put in a plastic bag to keep the paint overspray from ruining. Anyways, the first thing we're going to do is put the pump unit on the side of the bucket, and then push the hose with the foot screen all the way to the bottom of the bucket and clip it into the retaining clips. This pump unit will deliver the paint to the spray head, so we'll plug it in and then we'll grab our spray nozzle before we turn it on. Once you turn it on, then you'll see the paint start to flow up through the hose, and it should flow freely all the way to the spray head. Now we're ready to set our material flow and air pressure settings. In the owner's manual there's a table that tells you exactly how you need to set those before you start spraying. We will also use the adjustments on the front of the nozzle to set our spray pattern and our spray pattern width. I don't know how well you can see, but I just turned that to a vertical spray pattern with the narrowest width. Let's give it a shot. Now remember, first barely squeeze the trigger to start the turbine unit, and then squeeze the trigger all the way back to start the material flow. Looks like I want to go ahead and change this to a horizontal pattern where I can go up and down versus side to side. So when you're spraying, you want to do your best not to arc the nozzle. You want to keep it straight, and this will give you a more even coverage. Once you arc the nozzle, it starts getting thin on the ends of the arcs and thicker through the middle of the arc. So not like this, but like this. And how about a safety note right here? I'm wearing my safety glasses, but I probably should have been wearing a respirator as well. As this paint atomizes and there's overspray and everything else flying around in there, it would have been a good idea to have a respirator to protect my lungs and sinuses. Okay y'all, I messed up. This is all the painting footage I have. I lost it somewhere. So we're going to head on over to the cleaning portion. The first step is to remove the spray head from the turbine unit by pushing that little lever and twisting it right off. Now that we got that disassembled, we need to get the rest of the paint material out of the hoses and the spray nozzle. We'll do that by flipping up this tab and then hanging it on the hose keeper that's connected to the top of the bucket and the pump. Next, we need to pull the foot screen out of the material so that when we pull the trigger on the spray head and activate the pump to clear the hose, we don't suck any more material into the hose. Now we'll just hold the trigger and pull all the material out of the hose. Now that no more material is coming out of the spray nozzle, we'll go ahead and release the trigger and turn off the pump. Now we'll go ahead and pull the material hose farther up out of the paint, and then we'll remove the spray nozzle, set it aside. We'll go ahead and transfer the hose and pump assembly into a bucket of soapy water. We'll push the hose down to the bottom of the bucket. We'll grab the spray nozzle, hook it back onto the hose clip. Go ahead and turn on the pump and pull the trigger and circulate soapy water through the system for 5 minutes. Let me move this outside, and then we'll repeat this process 3 times with clean buckets of water or soapy water.
Okay, so there's one, and actually that's really 10 minutes, wasn't 5. I said do 5 minutes and then switch to a clean bucket, and do 5 minutes and switch to a clean bucket, and do 5 minutes and switch to a clean bucket. But I did like 10 minutes there just because I got other stuff going on. So switch to a clean bucket and we'll do 5 more minutes. So this also has a trigger lock, way to lock this trigger, but you got to turn the material flow knob all the way to, I think, number 12, I guess, for maximum flow. And then pull that trigger and then start the pump. And I think I'm going to pull this off because, I don't know if you guys can see, but it's not really getting all the way around this thing. The hose itself. Clean it up with latex with just soap and water, so once I get through running this through the 3 cycles, I'll just soap and water and we'll clean up the rest of it. Keep watching. Okay, so we've done that twice, so now they say to pull up the suction hose and let it drain until it quits pumping. See how it's pumping? Until the hose is empty. But at the same time, it says to lift the hose up as close as you can to the pump. Above the can and kind of walk it, basically so you can kind of feed as much out of here as you can. I'm just going to do it this way. It doesn't say to do it that way, that's the way I'm going to do it. At least to get over that hump. So hook that back. Now we'll walk this hose up. Make sure everything flows down out of the nozzle, like that. Now you turn the pump off and go ahead and disassemble it. Squeeze the 2 sides in. Somehow. There you go. We got the 2 sides squeezed in. Pull up on the red tab. That piece should come out. And I suppose we can just drop that in the water. And I thought this was supposed to come out, but it's really looking like it. Then we get a microfiber. It says to use a cleaning brush, but I'm going to use a microfiber, I think. At least for the hose and outside parts. To clean the inside parts, you might have to. It came with a little brush. I'm going to get that little brush for cleaning. So here's the little bristle brush. We're going to clean this thing as best we can. Alright, so you're supposed to actually disconnect this hose from this pressure reducer before you take it off the spray nozzle, but I did not do that. So just like that, comes off. I'll kind of give it a scrub. I'll give it a wipe with my microfiber. Now this pressure reducer valve here comes off, and it has 2 O-rings on it. So I'll give that a little swish in the water there, kind of clean it off. Alright, there's no real way to see inside there to see if you got it all cleaned out, but you're going to have to go with it. Put this little cap back on here. That's the pressure reducer. Alright, so they say to take this part here, and then here's your little spray nozzle. Comes out, and it's just a hollow, basically a hollow tube, creates a venturi with the air. So we'll kind of clean this out. Leave that in. Clean out your spray nozzle. Alright, that piece is cleaned up. So we'll clean this up. Alright, those go back together just like that. They got little notches and those fit in. So it looks just like that. Spray nozzles back together. Next is a little retaining ring. Clean this thing up. And one thing I like about this is it all comes apart for cleaning. It's really kind of nice. Alright, there's that piece. What else we got on here? Okay, everything else I think stays on here. Honeybee thinks I'm, I don't know, somebody special. Okay, there's the main body of the sprayer. It almost looks good as new. Not 100% perfect. Now, I would assume, I don't know if you need to do it after every use, I hadn't looked at the instructions, but every so often you're going to need to coat these O-rings in some petroleum jelly or maybe some kind of silicone, something to help preserve the O-rings. Alright, I put the spray nozzle back on the spray tip, back on the handle here, and just like that, it's good to go. Yeah, it's almost like new, but I mean not 100%, but so it got some little overspray on it. It just depends on how much time you want to spend on it, as to how clean you can get it. There's that. Okay, we'll put the pressure reducer back in, and it should pop right in just like that. Snaps in right there. This little cover, clean it out, it's got a little paint in it. Cover snaps back in, like that. Hook our hose back up. There we go. Spray guns back together. As far as cleaning the other stuff, really kind of just clean up the outside and wipe it down. Good thing about the microfibers, you can clean this stuff up good. It pulls off all that little overspray. Oh, one more piece I almost forgot is this foot. I need to clean this thing out. It's the suction foot. It goes on the bottom of the hose. The suction hose that goes into your paint or stain. There you go. That's all there is to that. Okay, y'all. There you have it. The WAGNER FLEXiO 970 spray painter, power sprayer. Tell you what I like and what I don't like about it. What I like about it is you don't have the little container that you got to screw onto this thing, and it hooks right onto the side of a bucket from a regular paint can, gallon paint can, up to a 5-gallon bucket. I like that. It's got the little pump. I like this. The spray head is, what they're calling their turbine, spray turbine. This is a lot better than the other ones. I had the older ones, and they were a lot louder, and I like this one a lot better. And the cleanup, I like the cleanup was fairly simple. I mean, you got to take all the pieces apart, but it's not hard to take apart. I didn't need any tools to take it apart. What I didn't like about it is every once in a while it would glob paint out instead of, it would spray a big splotch instead of the mist that I had it spraying. And which is really no big deal because I just take a foam roller, or Nana took a foam roller and just kind of rolled the spots and didn't have any runs or anything. You saw me using it. I really like it. We're getting ready to paint the outside of our house. That's why I kind of went ahead and moved this bigger setup like this. It took me, maybe 5-10 minutes to paint my bathroom. Didn't take long at all. Of course, it's a small bathroom. But it sure didn't take long at all. They say you can paint a wall that's 8 by 10 in, I think, 4 minutes is what it says on their advertising information. So it went quick. Cleanup was good. Now, obviously, it's going to be a little bit different if you're using like an oil-based paint, something like that. You're going to wind up using mineral spirits and all that other stuff to try to clean it all up. But just using latex, just water. Obviously, it's not 100% clean, but that's life. One thing I don't like about it, or another thing I don't like about it, is it doesn't come with any kind of storage, any way to store it, other than in that box. And I like to have stuff to put my stuff in, you know. You guys saw that I just said that I hated the fact that this FLEXiO didn't come with any storage other than this box that it came in. So, I don't know if you guys saw my review on the rigid toolbox kit, or set. So, like that, I got a rigid toolbox, and it's perfect. Just the right size for this. Check out the review on that. But this fits in here just perfect. We'll go ahead and take the spray nozzle off the turbine unit, and then we'll stick that thing in the box. This fits perfectly in here. First I put in the turbine and spray head unit with the hose coiled up there. And then I'll come back with the pump unit. I'll take the hose out there. And I just put the spare parts and the booklet and stuff, everything goes right here, right on the top. So still got some room for extra stuff in there. There you go, the rigid toolbox just right for the FLEXiO 970. So now we'll go ahead and get you back to the wrap up of the FLEXiO 970 video. There it is. You saw me open it, use it, clean it. Now I say I give it a thumbs up. And I'm glad I got it. I spent $199 over at Home Depot for it. I just looked it up on Amazon. I'll put an Amazon link in the description below. They have it for $179 on Prime. So I'll put a link in the description if you think you might want to try it. If you got some paint projects coming up, I would recommend it. I plan on using this to paint my house, the outside of my house.
Furniture.
And some furniture. We got some furniture that we're going to be painting, cabinets and stuff, and doing remodeling. Anyways, thanks for watching. Appreciate the views. Please give us a like. Give us that thumbs up. We appreciate it. Leave some comments, good, bad, otherwise. Anything we can do to make our channel better for you guys. That's the kind of stuff we'd like to know. Or maybe if you have experience with this WAGNER power painter or other power painters, then some tips and tricks and stuff that you might be able to share with us regular DIYers that aren't professionals. That's where we're at. So please consider subscribing to us. We'd appreciate it. Check out our other videos. We got all kinds of videos, reviews, how-tos, travel videos. Keep watching and we'll see you on the next one.